What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Hey, make sure you hit that like button, man. I'm gonna let some of y'all come up in here real quick. Make sure you hitting that like button. Make sure you hitting that like button. Wow. Exactly. What a game. Wow. 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 Bro, shocked is not even the word. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you at all, man. I feel stupid. I really do. I could have went to the game. I was supposed to go to the game. I was supposed to go to the game. I'm like, man, CJ not playing. I didn't have a good feeling. Like, yeah, I thought it was gonna be an ugly game anyway, and it was giving you all the makings of that, bro. Like, this game completely is the tale of they always say like the tale of two halves. It's not even the tale of two halves. It's the tale of three quarters and then a fourth quarter. Like that fourth quarter was completely different than any quarter that was played in this game. And to be honest, that quarter was different than anything that we've seen this season. Even though when we had the explosion of points against Tennessee, like I said, that was a bad team, and like basically you broke a bad team's will. But the Texans with Davis Mills, somebody put it in there, Money Mills, Money City Mills. We gotta bring that back. We gotta bring that. Hey, we gotta bring back Money City Mills real quick. We gotta bring back Money City Mills with an incredible, improbable game winner. Like, the game winning drive he had against Indy a couple of years ago that ended up cost us the first round pick, cost us number one overall pick, and gave us the second overall pick. That was this in tenfold. Like, what was it, like 98 yards or 97 yards or something like that? Drive. And then to walk it off with a touchdown, like he scrambled for a touchdown. Of all the people to scramble for a touchdown, he scrambled for a touchdown. Man, dog, that was, bro. Man, shout out to everybody that's in here right now. If you was at the game, man, shout out to you. I know that had to be incredible. Yeah, hey, Money City Mills is back because that was completely improbable, man. Now that was crazy. That was a crazy game for the Texans to still be able to come out there and win and basically save their season. Like I said this, I've been saying this since before the bye week that these four games was the biggest 4 game stretch of the season, and that this game against Jacksonville was the most important game in the entire season. It is. It's the most important game in the entire season because Jacksonville's already beaten you, and because of what ended up happening last week against Denver, that man, if we was able to pull off that win against Denver, we'd be sitting up here right now with a winning record. But that right there basically put you in. If you lose another game, that was it. 6 losses, that was a wrap. You weren't going to win enough games, more than likely, to make it to the playoffs. You wasn't going to be able to. You wasn't going to be able to make it into the playoffs, man. But hey, just an incredible game, man. Incredible game, man. Incredible game, dog. Like just an incredible, explosive game. Hey, shout out, shout out 11971 for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Had to listen to the game while driving through Wyoming. Let's go. Yeah, I think it's my boy Huff. Hey, shout out to my boy Huff. Yeah, the truck driver. Yeah, he said he had to listen to the game while driving through Wyoming. I'm glad you was able to get a reception in Wyoming. to watch the Texas game or listen to the Texas game. Hey, let's go. I know you probably was sick to your stomach the first 3 quarters, and then even when they started to make the comeback, you're like, okay. But that last drive, man, you was all tuned in, man. Baby, hey, be careful out there on that road, bro, man. But appreciate you. Shout out to Super Chat Love, man. Appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. Whoa, whoa. Hey, I see who in here. And his team got the dub earlier today in an incredible game in overtime. But hey, bro, hey, 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 man, hey, shout out to that boy Chris for the super chat love. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, shout out Chris for the super chat love. Definitely, extremely appreciate that one, bro. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, shout out Chris for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. What was that amazing comeback? Now let's be honest. Would CJ Stroud would have had done that? Nah, congratulations. Your season is not over yet. Indy still 8-2. Taylor almost 300 yards. I'm not gonna say the ending, but happy birthday. Hey man, appreciate you. Hey, oh yeah, appreciate you for the birthday wish, man. Definitely appreciate that. It's tomorrow, but hey, appreciate the early birthday wish and the early birthday gift, man. Hey, shout out to that boy Chris for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. I know. Chris is completely happy on one end because how his team was able to get the win, but on the other spectrum, I'm pretty sure he like, bro, how y'all let like Jacksonville? How y'all let Houston come back like that? But then I said this on my live stream Friday that I'm pretty sure that Indy fans will probably want Houston to win because you want to muddy up that water between Houston and Jacksonville. You want that water with Indy, well not Indy, with Jacksonville get muddied up because if Jacksonville would have won, they just 2 games behind y'all and still got to play y'all twice. Even though we still got to play y'all twice, but we got a long road to go to even get closer to the vicinity of y'all. Jacksonville would just been right there with those 2 games. They would have got it. So that's probably why you probably wanted Houston to win, babe. But shout out Chris for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Hey, shout out to that boy Heartbreak Kid for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Then the game with the pick six. Wow. Actually, I think it's technically it went off as a fumble because I looked at like Will has a strip sack fumble and Breakins doesn't have an interception. It looked like he has a fumble recovery. But yeah, to walk off the game, did end the game with a touchdown. I'm glad that they ain't just throw it out of bounds and nothing like that. I'm glad. No, put some more points on them. And why? And also, I know it didn't matter, but really technically the Texans should have been kicking the extra point. Like I know it technically didn't matter, but I know te- I know technically it didn't matter. I know technically it did not matter that they didn't kick the extra point. But they should kick the extra point. I'm like, hey, we gonna go for an extra point? But okay, cool. I mean, yeah, okay. Hey, I guess, but yeah, but technically it should be kicking the extra point. Hey, but shout out Heartbreak Kid for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Hey, shout out to that boy Professor Trill. What's up, Trill? Hey, it's Trill say happy birthday, man. Dr. Pepper Shake on me. Shout out to boy Trill for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, you already know, man. The Dr. Pepper Shakes. Even though they got a new one at Whataburger, I still ain't tried that one yet. It's like the Dr. Berry Blackberry. I've had the black Dr. Berry, whatever it's called. Like it's a blackberry. I think it's like blackberry or something like that. I've had that. It kind of tastes like grape Dr. Pepper. It tastes like Dr. Pepper soda with grape, like a grape flavored Dr. Pepper. That's what it tastes like. But I haven't had the shake. I know Whataburger has the shake because they don't have the regular Dr. Pepper shake. But hey, shout out to that boy Trill for the super chat love, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. Hey, like I said, bro, this was a crazy game. We didn't even get to talk about the numbers. Let's get into it real quick, man. So the Houston Texans defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars in an improbable comeback fashion, 36-29. Davis Mills was 27 of 45, 60% completion percentage, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Woody Marks carried the football 14 times for 63 yards, averaging 4.5 yards a clip with a touchdown. Also caught the football twice. Was targeted 3 times. Had 2 catches for 18 yards. Chubb only carried the ball 5 times, but had 47 yards. Nico Collins was targeted 15 times, had 7 catches for 135 yards. Dalton Schultz, and had a 2-point conversion that was crucial in the game. Dalton Schultz was targeted 11 times, had 7 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown. He actually showed something today. Targeted 7 times, had 5 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Noel was targeted 4 times, had 4 catches for 35 yards. Darius Stingley got an interception in the first half of the game. Daniil Hunter, who I'm gonna put a poll up about who should be playing the game. In my opinion, this is the person who got my vote. Who should be play the game, and that's Daniil Hunter. Now they officially gave him 3.5 sacks. It should have been 4, but they officially gave him 3.5 sacks. Completely wrecked the game, especially down the stretch. He's part of the reason that you were able to come back because how the defense was able to dominate Jacksonville, especially in that fourth quarter. Will Anderson, he got sacked. The strip sack at the end of the game that they basically guaranteed and sealed the win. It was a strip sack, forced fumble. Sheldon Rankins recovered that, got the touchdown, and able to just put basically the cherry on top of that game right there. Trevor Lawrence was 13 for 23 for 56.5 completion percentage. Only had 158 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Travis Etienne carried the football, had 58 yards with 1 touchdown. Jacoby Myers, new addition, targeted 3 times, had 3 catches for 41 yards. PJ, Parker, I said PJ. Parker Washington was targeted 7 times, had 3 catches for 33 yards and touchdowns, but then also had a 73-yard punt return in the game to give him a touchdown like that up in the game. This game was, like I said earlier, was the tale of 3 quarters than the fourth quarter because it looked very bleak and very unimpressive, very unenthused, upset, not really interested in the game anymore. Jacksonville went up quickly. They was able to. Davis Mills goes out there first drive of the game, throws an interception. They get in field goal range, they kick a field goal. Then punt return or kickoff return rather. Jamon Smith is returning kicks for some strange reason. Ball gets punched out. They get the football back in the red zone again. Score a touchdown. Now it's 10-0. Houston gets a field goal. No, actually, Houston punts. Punt return back for a touchdown. Parker Washington returns the punt back for a touchdown. Houston gets a field goal. Defense able to stop. We get a touchdown before halftime. Stop. Goes in the halftime down 20-10. Then they go out there, they get a field goal. Just get another score. Like, just not a good game altogether. It's 29-10 going into the fourth quarter. Texans not looking good. Texans, and to be honest, Jacksonville's offense didn't really do anything. They had short fields. Like the touchdown, like they got Parker Washington scored a touchdown from the Parker Washington returns a kick for a touchdown. We give them a short field, that's how they get the other touchdown. Other than that, like they really weren't doing anything. Like the Texans defense for the most part was stopping them. You know, you had Stingley getting an interception. You had stuff going on, but offensively couldn't get out of their own way. Offensively couldn't move the football. Just offensively, just nothing inspiring until the fourth quarter happens. Fourth quarter happens. You're in field position. You get the touchdown. If I'm not mistaken, I think that Higgins got the first touchdown. Well, William Morris got the first touchdown in the first half, but in the fourth quarter, that's where everything flips. Higgins gets a touchdown. You go for it for the 2-point conversion. You get the 2-point conversion. Nico makes an incredible catch for the 2-point conversion, and I think that catch itself is what sparked and ignited something. The Texans outgained Jacksonville in the fourth quarter $167-10. Actually, no, I take that back because they got sacked at the end. Yeah, so it went back to two because when they got the football back, they only had 2 yards. They take a sack, so it actually ended up it was a 9 yard sack. So that means it was actually -7, which you call it gets a scramble gets a 21-yard scramble. So now it goes up to 27. Then they had the penalty. Then the sacks, and then I was right. It was 11. They outgained about 11 yards. I mean, they only had 11 yards. So 167-11, and outscored them 26-0 in the fourth quarter. Because now again, that's also because of the ranking touchdown. But even without the ranking touchdown, they outscored them 10-0. I mean, outscored them 20-0. They score. Higgins scores a touchdown. Nico gets a 2-point conversion. Then we turn around and then not Daniil Hunter, but Dalton Schultz gets another touchdown. Dalton Schultz gets another touchdown. We go for a 2-point conversion. We don't get the 2-point conversion. And it's just three now by Jacksonville because Jacksonville can't do anything. And then that last drive where, again, the Texans got the football back with like 5 minutes and took up the entire rest of that drive. I mean, took up the entire rest of that fourth quarter, and what they gave the football back to Jacksonville with 20 seconds left, something like that. Like they completely dominated that fourth quarter, like I've never seen a Texan team do. I haven't seen a Texan offense do that in a very long time. I mean, CJ was able to do it in that Kansas City divisional game this past year. But outside of that, this is stuff that we haven't seen. We haven't seen like just dominate time of possession and just dominate drives and long standing drives. We really ain't seen that. To be honest with y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know some people might gonna say we seen it with Foe. We really ain't seen that really since Schaub in the Kubiak era. Because a lot of times with Foe, it was a lot of big plays with him and Fuller and him and Hopkins. So and him using his legs and other stuff. But this performance here, like I say, it definitely completely make me look foolish. Made me look foolish. Made me look stupid. Like I said, I like made me just like it was a crazy game. I didn't expect any of this. I didn't expect any of this in this fourth quarter. That was just mind-boggling. And then the way, and then also there's nothing too, like that and I get it. I understand JJ probably didn't want to be. JJ was on the call today. I guess JJ kind of didn't want to be like complete homerish. But when he said that wasn't a pass interference with Kurt, and then he was wrong. I understand. Also, I'm saying he a defensive guy, so he want to side with the defense too. I'm a DB. That was at the very least it was holding, but you might well say pass interference because it's past 10 yards. Like that's what it was. Like he grabbed he grabbed Kurt's hands and wouldn't allow Kurt hand to be able to move up. So it definitely was. Again, now if you want to say the holding only give him a 10 yards instead of giving them a spot foul because holding is not a spot foul. Holding is only 10 yards. Pass interference is a spot foul, and they put him right there. Put him right there in the red zone or right there on the goal line. Rather, I think they might have been put on the 2 or the 3. And Woody Marks gets a touchdown. Woody Marks gets a touchdown, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Trent Brown got Trent Brown got a false start, former New England guy. Like we got a don't ignore in victory when you win in defeat. Hey, we still need to get rid of this whole John Carroll, New England type stench around here because we was able to do it today and was able to get the win today, but against better teams, you're not going to be able to say you can't do this against Buffalo, Indy, and Jacksonville and the Chargers. You can't, even though I know Buffalo lost today. You can't do that with those teams because they're going to make you pay for certain things like that. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. And then still get stopped. And then I think it was the person who I seen move and get the false start was Ursery, but it was like everybody else moved too. It was like everybody moved, like the whole offensive line, like everybody moved except the center. So it's kind of one of those. It was kind of one of them. It was kind of one of them situations where everybody gets the flag except the center, or maybe the center's the one who needs the flag because maybe the center's not the one who's snapping the ball on time. Everybody else moving, but the center ain't moved. So it basically like, okay, I'm watching this and I'm standing up and I'm like, the Texans did it to me. They didn't dangle. They didn't dangle the carrot. They didn't dangle the little carrot. They didn't dangle the carrot in front of us. Yeah, like they didn't hyped us up. They didn't score these touchdowns. They didn't got these 2-point conversions. Daniil Hunter out there acting like a complete savage. Like that's why I said to me, Daniil Hunter should be player of the game. I'm gonna give y'all the vote later on, so make sure y'all go out to be able to go look on the poll when I post it. I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity to put in who y'all think. Once I create the graphic and put it up there, so I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity. But like, just dangling the little carrot in front of us, and keeping us wanting more and wanting more. That's what I'm sitting thinking when we start moving backwards, because offense scoring touchdowns, defense getting stops, Daniil Hunter sacking, just harassing, just putting Davis Mills just all over the ground, like that. This long drive, Pat, it's right there. And here we are, start shooting ourselves in the foot. Are we going to be able to cash it in? Are we going to be able to go out there and actually put points on the board? No, we're not. And that's what I'm sitting there thinking. I'm like, man. Texans going Texas. Texans going to Texas. And then Davis Mills did the most improbable thing that, cause remember, like Davis Mills apparently has a faster 40 time than even Derek Deshaun Watson. Remember that? Remember when we drafted him? That's what was said. His 40 time was actually faster than Defoe. Again, Davis Mills has been in the NFL since 2021. I have yet to see that 40 time actually come into fruition. However, he put the wheels on that game winning touchdown and dove and just launched up. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, and anybody want to give it to Davis Mills, because Davis Mills had a gutty performance. Like, that's what you want your backup quarterback to be able to do. Like, that's what you want your backup quarterback. Like, your backup quarterback don't have to come in there and set the league on fire. Your backup quarterback don't have to come in there and score a whole bunch of touchdowns. Your backup quarterback don't have to go in there and just go out there and throw for five. But your backup quarterback has to be able to, while your starter is gone, to keep your head above water, to keep you floating above water, and be able to pull out a victory when you need it. Like I said, I think DeMeco Ryans' best coaching job was on the road with Case Keenum beating Tennessee his rookie year. That's his best coaching job so far. I would have put last week up there if he would have got it done. But this right here, I ain't gonna lie to you. My boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was, I gotta give credit what credit is due. I still have reservations about Nick Caley in this offense. I still have reservations about the way that Nick Caserio put together this roster. I still think that DeMeco Ryans has yet to show you that he actually cares about the offense. But the way that they played in this fourth quarter, I can't deny that. The way that they played in this fourth quarter, granted it's against Jacksonville, a team that's been a slump buster for the Texans for forever. I can't ignore that. Another thing I can't ignore, I've seen a whole bunch of people jump up in here, but the likes ain't going up. Man, we scored 26 points in the fourth quarter. We were down 29-10 in the fourth, won 36-29. This is Well, this is our second greatest comeback in team history. The best one is against the Chargers in 2013. And y'all ain't hit hype. Y'all not ain't hit hype. Y'all not hitting that like button. Man, y'all gotta hit that like button, man. Come on now, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Now, I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that. Just like I can't ignore this fourth quarter, I can't ignore that y'all up in here, but the lights ain't going up, man. Make sure you hit that like button, dog. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Hey, shout out to Rand for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Shout out to that boy Chris once again for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Happy early birthday, Dave Spitz. Stirring up H Town with Money City Mills with the perfect first quarter. Rise out Texas fan. Oh, well, actually, I think so. It's a different Chris. Hey. Actually, I'm tripping. That's a Charles. That's a Charles Strong. My bad. I seen that C. Hey, shout out Charles Strong. Shout out Charles Strong 277. 227. I'm sorry. 227. That used to be a TV show, wouldn't it? Didn't 227 used to be a TV show? But shout out Charles Strong 227 for Super Chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Tell me happy birthday. Hey, Money City Mills had a perfect four. I don't know if it was a perfect fourth quarter. I'm pretty sure he hasn't been completion, so it wasn't a perfect. It wasn't a perfect fourth quarter. However, the performance and what he did in the fourth quarter was damn near perfection. And, he did throw an interception on the 2-point conversion, but that don't count statistic wise. That could have been crazy. And he also fumbled on the other 2-point conversion that we tried, because we went for two-point conversions. At the end, it missed them. Like, one, he threw an interception, and the other one, he fumbled the snap that would have made the 3-point game down the stretch. So, yeah, I actually forgot all about that, honestly. I forgot all about the fumble one. I remember about the interception he threw, but I forgot all about the one where he fumbled the snap. And that could have been costly, because that could have ended the game. Because it was only you're only up by one. You're only up 30-29. That fumble, if they're able to recover that and return it, that's the game right there. That's the game. And that would have been the most Texan way. That would have been the most. It was a low snap, but that would have been the most Texan way to lose a game, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, of all the things, to be the most Texan way to lose a game? Like that would have been like the most complete Texan way to absolutely lose a game. That would have been the most completely Texan way to go out there and lose a game. Like, like we scored a touchdown to take the lead, go for two, and try to make it a 3-point game. We fumbled the snap. Like we fumbled the snap, and they run it back for a 2-point conversion. They run it back for a two-point conversion. Boom, they win the game. that would have been a very, like I said, a very Texan way to lose a football game. That would have been a very Texan way to lose a football game. That's another thing too. They had put up a graphic before the Nico Collins 2-point conversion. It said under D'Amico Ryans that we were 2-12. We were 2-12 for 2-point conversions. The crazy thing about that is, I don't remember us going for 12 2-point conversions in the last 2 years. Like I don't remember us going for 12 2-point conversions. Like, because that's actually a lot of 2-point conversions. I don't remember us going for 12 2-point. Like, I remember the game against Tampa Bay. We went for a couple of 2-point conversions, because that's when got hurt. But we were just going for 2-point conversions because Fairbairn had got hurt in that game, and it was like we were going because our kicker was hurt. I'm trying to think of other instances of us going for 2-point conversion. I'm pretty sure, obviously, they put the graphic up, so obviously it happened. I just can't remember it. And I normally remember a lot of stuff about the team. I don't remember us going for all these 2-point conversions. That's kind of crazy. And shout out to Killer for Super Chat love. Definitely appreciate that. What's up? Hey, why I keep doing that? There you go. What's up, Spence? What an effort by the offense. Hey, You ain't lying. Like that effort was like the effort in the fourth quarter was like I said, it's I ain't gonna lie to you. Had me at a loss for words. Had me at a loss for words. I was not expecting that. After the Higgins touchdown, all right, cool. I'm sitting there looking okay. All right, cool. They got Higgins. All right, Higgins got a touchdown. All right, cool. All right, cool. Then all right, cool. And actually, I was kind of like when Higgins got a touchdown. I get Higgins young. That's his third touchdown of his career. You know what I'm saying? But you down 29 at that point, 29-16, score a touchdown. Uh, um, yeah, down 29-16. He scored a touchdown. He kind of was celebrating, kind of like I'm like, hey, bro, like this game is over. Like you a little bit too happy for this. And then Nico, and a great catch by Nico. That 2-point conversion that Nico had, that one-handed 2-point conversion that Nico had was incredible as well. That was another showstopper. That was impressive. I'm like, okay, cool. Then we go out there and we driving, and then Dalton Schultz scores a touchdown. When Dalton scores a touchdown, that's when I'm like, all right, now this is a game for real. This is a game because Jacksonville can't move the football. We get a stop because at that time he scores that touchdown. If you get that 2-point conversion, it's a 3-point game. So I'm hyped for multiple reasons when Dalton scores because when Dalton scores, I'm like, okay, hey, at the very least, this game is now interesting because you get the 2-point conversion, it's a 3-point game. If you don't, it's a 4-point. Hey, this is very interesting. And then also I got Dalton Schultz on my fantasy, so I was actually even more excited that he was the one to score a touchdown. So that's when stuff started getting interesting. Then Danielle Hunter is just an absolute grown man out there. And it's just absolutely for somebody, and JJ even talked about it, that Danielle Hunter's been quiet for the last couple of games. Like we haven't really heard Danielle Hunter's name. He's been very quiet. Again, this team defensively, even with both Will and Danielle, we're middle of the pack of sacks. We haven't been getting to the quarterback this season. And Danielle Hunter's a guy that every year that he's played healthy, he's had 10 plus sacks. And I think he had 4 coming into today's game. And then gave you 3.5. So been relatively quiet. And like I said, he was out there dominating. And I'm like, okay, at least they're gonna give us a chance to do something. I'm looking at 5 minutes left to go in the game. If the Texans can move the football some, we're gonna see something. And the way they were able to take up the whole clock, and Seattle is out there destroying. Seattle is destroying Arizona 35-0 second quarter. The way that they was able to put together that performance, and the way the defense was able to dominate and get the football back to the offense, and then the offense actually rewarding the defense, because this was a game where the defense was putting stops and the offense was rewarding the defense by getting into the end zone, by putting points up on the board. I've been saying, like, hey, I was like, hey, a mutiny could end up brewing when it comes to the offense and the defense, because the defense has been doing their job. And again, you look at the points, like 29 points, but the Texans defense was playing well. It wasn't like the Texans defense was out there getting ram roasted. Again, the offense put the defense in bad spots. Like the offense put the defense in bad spots. You had an interception early on by Davis Mills in the first drive of the game. Then the ensuing kickoff return, Smith fumbles it. And then on the special teams, a punt return allows another touchdown. So basically 17 of Jacksonville's points are not the defense's fault. A return, and then put them in position to be able to get 10 points. You put them in position in the red zone to give them 10 points by short fields, and then the punt return. It was completely not their fault. So 17 of Jacksonville's points came off of miscues of the offense and the special teams. The defense was playing well. They were not letting Jacksonville, and Trevor Lawrence is going to forever be able to give interceptions to Stingley. Trevor Lawrence throws an interception to Stingley at least once a year. At least once a year. He's going to make sure that he gets the football to Derek Stingley. Last time it was Jalen Petrie that week 3 game, but he got this game. Stingley's first ever career interception, his rookie year. Trevor Lawrence. Following year, threw another one to Trevor Lawrence. Last year, Trevor Lawrence threw another one to him. Last year, Trevor Lawrence threw another one to him. This year, last time, Trevor Lawrence threw an interception to Derek Stingley. Like, bro, you have a 29-10 lead against a 3-5 team playing with a backup quarterback. And you can't bring that home. Stingley's Trevor Lawrence's favorite receiver. It really is. Stingley really is Trevor Lawrence's favorite receiver. You can't bring that home. I've been talking about that Trevor Lawrence before he was even in the NFL. That I knew that Trevor Lawrence wasn't the guy. Like, I said that before the draft that I wanted Jacksonville to draft Trevor Lawrence. I didn't think Trevor Lawrence was good. I was in the building Trevor Lawrence's first ever game first ever career game. We threw 4 interceptions against the Houston Texans at NRG Stadium. Trevor Lawrence is not a good quarterback. I've seen it for myself on films, and I've seen it for myself in person twice. I've been in the building twice when Trevor Lawrence is out there. Trevor Lawrence is not a good quarterback. I was going to go. I was initially supposed to go today because of my birthday. I was going to go to the game, and the only reason why I didn't go to the game is because CJ wasn't playing. I'm like, I'm not about to go out there because it's going to be an ugly game. I actually picked the Texans to win, but I thought it was going to be just an ugly, non-high scoring game, and I feel foolish because this would have been an incredible game to go to, especially that fourth quarter. Now, again, granted, I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting on the couch throughout the first 3 quarters. I was like, I'm so glad we didn't go to the game. I was like, I'm so glad I didn't go to the game. like, I was saying that the first 3 quarters, like, I'm glad we didn't go to this game. But hey, that fourth quarter set me up, and I see somebody put. I was thinking the same thing. I seen somebody had put it in here that Cal and Hannah on the sideline by D'Amico Rounds on their last drive. That was funny. That was real funny. Cause I'm like the way Hannah was looking, like the way Hannah was sitting there looking. I was like, like this could go over real well or not well at all. Like if the Texans like squandered this opportunity, like if the Texans like squandered because it was like I said, it was when we got the holding, we got the pass interference call in the red zone, and then we start basically walking back with the false starts, and I'm like, this could definitely just be a scene where that Kyle and Hannah looking like, this is what y'all doing? Like y'all done got us about this press. We just stood up now. We were sitting in the press box comfortable, chilling. And we didn't got hyped up. And this is what you're doing? But then also, like I say, it absolutely ended superbly, ended well for us because we was able to get the victory. Bro, hey man. Dog, that right there, that chant right there was so irritating. Because I was in the building CJ's rookie year when Fairbairn was gone, when Fairbairn was hurt, and we were driving the kicking, and we almost went to overtime, and the the ball like it hit the up, not hit the upright, but bounced off the crossbar, and and went doink, and like that was like the loudest doink in the whole stadium. Like that was like the loudest doink. Shout out to my boy Wise, because Wise was out there too, and like me and Wise was talking outside the stadium to like 7 o'clock. We was like, nah, this like that was like that was an actual gut punch hurt, because you could not tell me that we was not going to win that game. We were going overtime and we was going to win that game. Like you couldn't tell me that we were going to go into overtime and we was going to win that game. Like that, I had it in my that we was going to go in the overtime and we was going to win that game. And doink, and it was like just. But the worst part about that is as we walking out the stadium, all you heard was Duval, 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 Duval. That was so irritating, and you couldn't do nothing about it because you lost the game. You lost the game. Couldn't do nothing about it. It was irritating. Whoop-de-doo. It was irritating. You couldn't do nothing about it. Couldn't do nothing about it. Couldn't do nothing about it. I know Jag fans got to be sick because, hey, now them palms starting to get sweaty because they still got to face Indy twice. They still got to face Indy twice. Them palms starting to get sweaty. Them palms starting to get sweaty. And this game meant a lot. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I said it Friday. I'm gonna say it again right here, right now. This was the most important game on the schedule for a multitude of reasons. Like I said, it was you had to beat Jacksonville because they've already beaten you, and if you didn't beat Jacksonville, they basically guaranteed that you wasn't gonna win the division because you can't even catch Indy. You're not gonna be able to catch Jacksonville because Jacksonville swept you, let alone catch Indy. And and also losing this game here, 6 losses, your chances of winning 8-9 games is extremely slim now. And because of that, that means, hey, somebody gonna have to pay for that. Nick Caley, Nick Caserio, potentially even D'Amico. I don't think D'Amico's going nowhere because the defense is playing phenomenal. So I don't think the D'Amico's going nowhere. I can still, even after today's performance, still can and will make a case that Nick Caley should not be the OC going forward. Also, can and will still make the case that you need to go in a different direction in Nick Caserio as the general manager, because you're still not out of the woods yet. You're still under 500. You're still 4-5. Now, good news. You have Tennessee next week, and there's a chance for you to be 5-5. And being 5-5 with 7 games left to go, and you have in those 7 games, home against Buffalo, at Indy, at KC on Thursday night, home against Arizona, home against the Raiders, at the Chargers, home against Indy. And those are your 7 games. If you beat Tennessee next week and you 5-5, you have to win 5 games. Means in those last 7, you have to go 5-2. Which means you're going to have to beat Indy at least one of those times. Probably twice, but you're going to have to beat Indy. The good news for the Texans, Buffalo lost today. That's a team that, like, and the thing is, in the playoff standings, ahead of you, KC, because you're outside the playoffs, KC's outside the playoffs. Jacksonville has the last playoff seed. Then it's the Bills, and the Chargers. You play all those teams, but you just played Jacksonville. So you even up the money with Jacksonville because Jacksonville beat you early. You beat them today. You even up the money with Jacksonville. Home against Buffalo, at KC, at at the Chargers are extremely important games. Extremely important games. You're still out of the woodworks, but there is a path. There is still a path. There's still a path. Still a path. There's still a path. A slim path, but it's still a path. And I'm gonna do a video actually breaking down said path. I'm gonna do a video actually talking about the path that the Texans need to make and what the Texans need to do to actually get into the playoffs. If the goal is still to get to the playoffs. They've been focused on Tennessee first. Oh, absolutely. That's part of the path too. Because even though I think Tennessee is one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Texans were at home. The Texans were in a dogfight with them. It was 6-0 going into the fourth quarter. Like they were in a dogfight with them, and then the dam broke. You broke a team. You broke a bad team's will, and you was able to put points on the board. An explosion in the fourth quarter. Like not only it was hard for you to even get into the red zone. Like you couldn't even get into the red zone into the fourth quarter. I remember watching the game and what was his name? What's his name? What's the dude name? Frank, no, not Frank Ross. Ross Tucker. That's the name. Ross Tucker. Ross Tucker and the lady that was calling the game. They sit up there having red zone watch. We're 20 yards from the red zone. We're 8 yards from the red zone. We're 5 yards from the red zone. Because no team, Houston or Tennessee, made it to the red zone. What's up, young Prince? Hey, what's up? What's good, bro? Yeah, hey, you're right. You did say, yeah, young Prince. You did. You said in the Discord, the Texans will be 5-5. I gotta give you that. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. If you part of Discord, you already know what it is, and you also know exactly what young Prince is talking about. He has said that. I was saying that the Texans need to be 4-4 going into this game. They didn't make it, obviously, because they lost last week to Denver. They would have beat Denver last week. They would have been 4-4 going to this game. But Prince and young Prince and I think DYL too. But he also said that we were going to be 5-5 going into that Bills game. They felt that was more realistic than being the 4-4 going into the Jacksonville game. I was basing the 4-4 because I like you need to beat the Broncos because you're gonna need to get more AFC wins. You need to get more AFC wins. But again, hey, these are the cards that have been dealt. These are the cards that have been dealt. 6-5 going into that game against Indy. With Indy's what 8-2. Indy has KC before they play us the week before. Indy has wait. Indy's 8-2. Indy, I think, has a bye week this week, and then they have K. They have a bye week this week, and then the following week they have KC. They can be what 8-3. If Indy's 8-3, and we 6-5, and then we beat Indy at Indy and give them their fourth loss, things become quite interesting in the ASC South. Hey man, hey bro, you gonna have to hit up Honcho because it's not my Discord. It's a South Sports Discord. I don't have any links to the Discord. I don't have any links to the Discord, bro. Yeah, you gonna have to hit up Honcho on South Sports. I don't have the link to the Discord. Do I think we can stop JT? I ain't gonna lie, dog. JT looking like the best running back in the NFL. And I think that's the reason why I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's the reason why Daniel Jones and Indy's playing as well as they're playing. And part of the reason why I think that the Texans can and should, would, and need to uh bring in Jeremiah Love from from Notre Dame, because you see what happened with Daniel Jones with the Giants. You seen what happened last year with the Eagles and Saquon Barkley. You seen what happened 2 years ago with the 49ers and McCaffrey. And you see what's happening right now with Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis. Like, when you have one of those guys at running back, not just a good, because there's a difference between a good running back, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, like, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is a good running back. I like Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is a good running back. Uh, who else? Uh, um, Josh Jacobs is a good running back. Uh, um, other good running back. I like DeAndre Swift. He okay running back. I actually liked what's his name? Brees Hall. And I know I was talking about Brees Hall for the Texans trade earlier. I like those guys. But when you have a game changer, when you have somebody like a Saquon Barkley, like a Derrick Henry, like a McCaffrey, like a Jonathan Taylor, when you have a game changer, it changes everything about that team. It changes everything about the team. Everything look better, smell better, play better. Everything is better. Everything is better. Everything is better. And uh, um I think Jeremiah Love definitely can do that. So again, hey, we didn't trade for Brees Hall, no problem. No Brees Hall, no problem. Jeremiah Love, future Houston Texan. But I said I did say Jonathan Taylor, I think is a straw to stir in the drink. Almost had 300 yards a day. Jonathan Taylor was dominant. We had 3 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor was completely dominant, and we seen this movie. We seen this movie not just with other running backs. We seen this movie. We seen this movie with Daniel Jones himself when he was with the Giants. Saquon Barkley was balling. What happened? Daniel Jones and the Giants get to the playoffs and win a playoff game. They went into Minnesota and beat the Vikings. Like, we seen this movie before with this specific quarterback. JT is playing on a whole nother level. Offensive line is clicking. They out there dominating. They blocking. Everything is going well. And what they do, they're 8-2. I know people like, oh, we probably need to get offensive lineman. Bro, like, I've been, man, hey, one, I don't trust Nick Casario. As long as Nick Casario is general manager, I don't trust him drafting an offensive lineman, for one. For two, we don't need any more young offensive linemen. We think about this. Nick Casario, since he's been here. Kenyon Green, the first round, 2022. Juice Scruggs, second round, 2023. Um, what's his name? Also, you draft passing in 2023 too as well. Uh, um, Dang, who we drafted? Offensive lineman we drafted last year. Uh, the tackle, swing tackle, Fisher, Blake Fisher. You draft Blake Fisher. This past year, you draft Ursary. Now, what you call it? King Green gone. He's not even on this team no more. But you have Passing, Scruggs, Fisher, and then you also already pay and you pay what you call it, Tyus, and actually Tyus has been playing well. Like you got all these young offensive linemen. Go out there and get some veterans. That's why I want them to trade for Taylor. I'm not Taylor Wyatt from Cleveland. Got go out there and get some veteran offensive linemen. Go out there and get some veteran offensive linemen, and then with your draft picks, get some skill players that can actually do something with the footballs in their hand. Like actually do something with the football in their hand. Like that's what they need to do. That's exactly what they need to do. Exactly what they need to do. But that's not what they're doing. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. But like I say, long term, I don't know exactly what Indy's going to be. I don't think Indy is going to be a team that is in the AFC Championship game or Super Bowl. I do think that they're going to the playoffs. I mean, I think it's almost pretty much guaranteed they're going to the playoffs. I don't really see a way for them not to make the playoffs. Even though they do, even though Indy does have some tough games down the stretch, like they have KC, they got KC, us, Seattle, 49ers, us again, and they got Jacksonville twice. That yeah, that's their last 7 games. That's Indy's remaining 7 games. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I know it's KC then us, then it's 49ers, then Seattle. Oh no, Jacksonville, 49, Seattle, Jacksonville, then us again. Because they end the season at NRG Stadium. So Indy could lose a couple of games, and if the Texans like that's why this game was very important because there's still a shot for the Texans, very slim margin, but still a shot for the Texans to go out there and get the division, or at the very least be playing for division their last game of the season. It's very slim, but it's still possible. But was this just the Texans dangling a carrot in front of us? Because I'm pretty sure, like most of y'all, ones who was watching the game on TV who wasn't there, y'all was checked out. Y'all was checked out. Y'all was ready to go. Y'all was checked out. Y'all like, man, y'all probably doing this. Y'all probably was washing clothes. Y'all probably, man, hey, man, hey, baby, what you want? Want to throw some on the grill? Like, you probably doing, like, you were probably doing all type of other stuff. Like, you were doing other stuff. Like, the game was just on, and you were just doing other stuff. And then you probably looked up, Higgins scored a touchdown. All right, cool. I'm saying, let me do some other stuff right here. Let me get some other stuff going. Oh, snap. Dawson Schultz scored a touchdown. Okay. Okay. Oh! Did it hold with the sack? Okay. We got the football back. Okay. And we driving. And now we back in. Now we glued to the TV. Now you glued into the TV. You wondering. You're twiddling your thumbs. You nervous. But that good nervousness because you're back into the game. So, like, was that just the Texans, like I said, dangling a carrot in front of us, and all this is fool's gold, and they don't really have a shot, or hey, they finally got their head out of their ass and they ready to play some real damn football, and let's get this team into the playoffs? Like, which one is it? Which one is it? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you, Chad. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's a team up there in Lubbock that I'm completely having all my attention on. Most of my attention, sport wise, is that team out there in Lubbock. I ain't even tripping about that team out there in Orlando or this team out here on Kirby. All my attention on the team out there in Lubbock right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. That 0-3 start, whatever. Okay. And then, like I said, Orlando made some moves, but not the moves I really wanted them to make. So I'm kind of with them too. Okay, whatever. Let's see what happens. The team in Lubbock, though, the team out there in Lubbock, Texas. Oh, I'm eyes glued to the TV, ready to see what's going down. And that attention used to be for this right here. They used to have my complete attention, undivided attention. When they was on the screen, I didn't care about the team in Lubbock. I didn't care about the team. I didn't care. It was all about this. But they made me so mad and irritated me by the bonehead stuff they've been doing. That it's kind of like whatever, whatever, whatever. That's how it's been. That's how it's been. At least for me. At least for me. And that team out there in Lubbock been balling. So I'm gonna say, hey, I'm I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even though the AP voters be tripping, they be trying to they be trying to hold the Big 12, but at least the CFP voters, they know what's up. They actually watching real games, and I can tell by the way they vote is not to get onto a tangent about the CFP. I'm just saying, just saying, just saying. And if y'all not watching college football, y'all need to, because actually college football this season, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Tech fan and Tech is playing well. In general, there's been some good games, and in general, it's been some good games, some good games on. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. I think A&M might win the national championship though. Like A&M might be the best team in the country. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know it's crazy to say. I know that's crazy to say. It's crazy to say, but I think A&M might be the best team in the country. It's crazy. That's crazy. So hey, you say you missed the full court comeback. Hey, this was stop that. Ohio State. Are you just like a CJ Stroud fan? So you are you wait are you like? Cause I feel like if you just saying Ohio State, just be saying Ohio State, you might be just like just riding with CJ. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, Ohio State outside of beating Texas ain't really did nothing, and is really beating Texas really that impressive? Like UT, like is it like I don't really think they're that impressive. Like I don't think they're that impressive. Like when I watch A&M, and I've watched a lot of A&M football over the years. Like I've watched a lot of A&M football. This A&M team looks different. Like I've been watching a lot of A&M football over the years. This A&M team looks different. You're a UT fan, so of course, you don't want to give A&M their love. And the crazy thing is, I ain't gonna lie. I think UT is gonna beat A&M in the in the Lone Star Showdown, like on Thanksgiving weekend. I actually think that A&M is going to lose to UT, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because it's the most A&M thing to do, and also it's in Austin. If it was in Kyle Field like last year, even though again and again, big game, big stage, and A&M completely wet the bed against UT last year. Um, and after what's been like 13 years since A&M and UT played against each other, and they completely wet the bed in Kyle Field. I could see a situation like that, especially it being in Austin. But A&M, like I said, A&M has been put in big spots at Notre Dame. Uh, um, at LSU, like they've been in big spots this season, and they've been just dominant and play extremely well. So this might be a different type of A&M team. I mean, I've watched a lot of A&M ball over the years. Uh, like two of my grandparents retired from Texas A&M. You know, I'm from Brenham. Brenham is like